respond his off-screen relationships were pretty fiery. Roger Moore talks candidly about his life and work to Piers Morgan. Life Stories is back tonight at 9 here on ITV1.
Feel closer this summer. Nivea sponsors This Morning.
It's hysteria on This Morning with Rupert Everett back on the big screen while Helen McCrory and Callum Turner steam up the small screen. Welsh funny man Rob Brydon makes his West End debut. Paul Merton is literally out of his head while Warwick and Sam Davis get theirs tested in All-Star Mr and Mrs.
It's a home from home.
That's This Morning, next week.
Eamon and Ruth here. It is a Friday morning. We're here until 12:30. Give us a tweet. We'll answer you back after that at Eamon Holmes, at Ruth EL, and at ITV This Morning. We're all here to hear what you've got to say about the programme. Meanwhile, this is what we've got.
Yeah, in a moment we're going to meet the couple who paid thousands to rent an Indian woman's womb, surrogacy, so that they could start a family. There's been a lot of controversy, of course, about this, and they're going to put their side of the story.
Yeah, and it's also very interesting to hear the whole mechanics of how it's done. If you don't understand it, we'll try and explain all that emotionally and technically. Let's go to Matthew.
Yes, the Hub is going wild with stories and everybody's opinions on Kate Middleton's recent topless pic drama. Now, Rachel Coates, shocking sneaky paps again. If anyone else did this, they'd be classed as perverted. Let them live in peace. They do enough for our country. Shame on the magazine. Let's go to the Avatar wall here as well. And Benjamin Joseph Poyser. Yes, I can't wait to see it. It's the same as if it happened to Rihanna. They are in the public eye and need to be careful. So Benjamin wants to see the pictures, and I'll be back more with later on. And as well, perfect traits. We wanted to know your perfect traits. Let's go to the Avatar wall here. We've got a lovely comment from Miss H. Looks can catch the eye, personality catches the heart, looks fade, but as long as you can still have fun together, that is the key, and that is the key, you two. Take it easy.
No, Matthew, you are so right. That's what I've said that to Ruth. Looks fade, but as long as... No, but I have said that to you, you know, and that is...
And that's why I'm leaving you for Matt Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. What can I say?
That is even more disgusting than Kate's pictures. That is, yeah, the very
Far
idea
too young
of that.
for me.
We also have this lot to keep you entertained between 9 and 12:30 this morning, today, this afternoon, tonight.
Don't move, stay where you are.
Till next time.
Smashed you over the head with your guitar.
Ruined the guitar.
There's tea in the library.
Look, you know, what's the worst that can happen?
I wasn't working on this, I'd be home watching it. That's what you should be doing, or at least Sky Pluses,
Yeah.
has to be
How
said.
could you miss it?
Layla's curry coming up.
Got Layla's curry
Remember
coming
you told
up?
me I wasn't allowed one last night.
No, I said you weren't allowed that and baked beans on toast. You could have one or the other.
That's why I chose, darling. That's why I chose. A growing number of childless British couples are turning to what are called Indian baby farms to fulfil their dream of starting up a family. Very controversial, this.
Yeah, now the surrogacy clinics allow infertile couples the chance to rent a womb, effectively, from Indian women, often poor Indian women, in exchange for quite large sums of money. And it's a process which has been heavily criticised. Now, we've got a couple here who did turn to one of these baby farms, as they've been dubbed. That's Joanne and Chris McDuff. They are now the very proud parents of beautiful twins, Imogen and Andrew. Welcome to the two of you. The twins are here, but we thought we'd talk to you first while they have a little rest.
It's a long journey, wasn't it, for you?
It was a long journey, yeah.
To get to that stage. And look, Joanne, we might as well get it out of the way first of all. When you hear these terms that you're exploiting these women, you basically harvest children that are placed in their wombs, baby farms, those type of terms. How do you respond to that?
I would say that I can understand where their concerns come from, and obviously everybody has a right to their own opinion. You have to do your own research. We researched the clinic that we used, we researched surrogacy generally in India, and you have to satisfy yourself that the clinic you're using is reputable. And all I can say is that we were very happy with the clinic that we used.
And why did you turn to India? Why not surrogacy here? What was your story with your fertility kind of journey?
We'd reached the end of the line, really. As soon as we got married, we started trying for a family. We weren't achieving pregnancy, so we tried some fertility treatments. We were told we weren't candidates for IVF. We looked at adoption. The road was so long, we weren't really getting anywhere.
And was that
so we
an
looked at
age
surrogacy.
restriction with the two of you? You get to a certain age where you can adopt, but it becomes
We
less
would have been
likely.
matched with a much older child. We did get approved to adopt from overseas, but then because we were leaving, we lived abroad, because we were leaving where we were, we'd have had to go back to the very beginning of the process
So
again.
none of it here was working for you. How was this affecting Joanne and Chris? Or both of you, actually. I say Joanne, but it's...
Well, because we met late in life, and to make our family complete, we wanted to have children, and we, as Jo said, we tried all the initial methods, trying to have a baby naturally, IVF, all those sort of things, and the only thing that was really left to us was surrogacy, and we thought, why not? We're in a position where we could afford it.
And how much would you have to afford, Chris? What would it cost?
I'm probably better talking the figures.
Yeah.
About 28,000 for the actual surrogacy and the associated costs of the IVF. A fee to pay for the delivery, which you pay up front for. We actually spent more like 40-odd thousand because obviously there was 2 lots of flights to India, hotel accommodation, and our babies were born 12 weeks prematurely.
And you were living in the Cayman Islands at the time, things. And then how much, again, on the question of morality, a lot of people would say, well, how much is that going to the mother, the surrogate mother?
Talking dollars-wise, about $6,000 or $7,000, so £3,000 to £4,000 pounds. But in India, that's a massive sum of money. It's about 10 years of what the lady that carried our children for us could actually earn in a year. So life-changing.
Do you feel that justifies doing it, that you say, well, for people here, we might say, well, the conditions aren't great, but maybe their conditions at home are even kind of worse,
there's a lot
you're
of
actually
talk.
helping them?
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about them staying in dormitories with peeling paint off the walls and things like that.
Well, we saw some pictures of them sleeping on the floor. You know,
this is what gives rise to the baby farm accusations.
When both our babies were released from hospital, Chris had actually returned home to Cayman, so I had a nanny come and help me, and her sister came along. One morning I got up and there was a sofa bed there and they were sleeping on the tiled floor. And I said, you know, please don't do that. But that's the way that they choose to do that, even when there are alternatives.
Did you...
You know, and you know, it was so desperate, and obviously there are two sides. There's their human side, there's your human side, and your want to be parents and cement the love that you have for each other. And Chris, from your point of view, I'm sure humanly you would want to be good to the mother, you would want to choose the mother, you would want to say thank you to the mother. Can you keep in touch with the mother? What was your experience of the mother?
The agreement was that we wouldn't be able to meet the mother, although I just happened to meet her by chance when I was over in Mumbai, just in the hallway, and I said, I can't thank you enough for what you're doing for my wife and I, and you're giving us a gift that unfortunately we can't do ourselves, and we're forever in your debt for that. And that was pretty much it, and she moved along. The thing is, with the issue of the baby farm and the money that she obtains, that is buying her dream as well. This is a door that wouldn't be open for this woman and other surrogates. They're taking, as far as we're aware, the clinic that we went through, there's medical attention, there's food provided, there's constant medical care and constant care because, of course, they want the baby to
The hospital was excellent that was used. It was first-class care.
So you don't feel, Jan, that you missed out meeting the woman who actually gave birth?
Yes.
Because obviously in surrogacy here and in America, it's very much encouraged, isn't it? The bonding with the surrogate mother. And
I would have loved to meet her, to just... I couldn't thank her enough. There's no words that could thank her enough for what she's given us, but I would have loved to have met her. I'd have loved to have got a photograph of the twins with her, because we're not going to keep this from the twins. You know, we want them to know that there were 2 absolutely amazing ladies who helped them.
Oh, look at them. And when they were born, they were just little bags of sugar, weren't they? They were just sort of that 2-pound sort of weight as well. Now, this is who?
That's Mimi. Imogen.
Imogen.
And Andrew.
Oh, it's right on cue for the camera.
I know,
right
so
on cue for the
unusual.
camera. Now, absolutely beautiful, and that is your dream fulfilled. But, Mummy, from your point of view, Daddy, we can see Daddy there. A lot of people say, well, you can see his dad in him. But the fact that you will never be able to see Mum in either of those little faces, what does that feel like, or is that something that you don't think going for?
They are my babies. I didn't carry them, I'm not genetically related to them, but I was there every step of the way through that pregnancy. I was there, I was involved in the conception because I chose the egg donor. I experienced all the highs and lows that a pregnant lady may experience, you know, the highs of finding out we were pregnant, the lows when she went into labour early, and at the point of birth, believe me, I felt intense pain that they were, you know, they were arriving early.
We've got
let's
in the
bring them
studio
in.
now. They're looking so happy.
And who are these lovely ladies?
My mum.
Your mum.
Hello,
Mum.
My sister.
And your
How are you?
sister, it's Grandma. Hello, Grandma. Come and have a seat.
Come and sit down. But look, you see, Chris, from you know, having gone through this, and they're absolutely beautiful. Hello, Mimi. What do you want to see done? When we can debate the morality, and people will have their objections and their pluses for what goes on in India. Do you think this could all be made more simple, and so that people don't have to go to third world countries?
Indeed, I think what needs to be done, laws need to be changed. I'm a lawyer myself, and the laws need to be amended to allow this sort of thing. And it shouldn't be sort of as a fashion accessory as one sees every now and again in the media. It should be, you shouldn't be able to use it as your first port of call. But if all the other easier methods are not available to you, you should. And the thing is, in the Western world these days, the problem is that we have a declining birth rate. And things need to be done because we have to... Being very blunt, we have to increase the tax base.
I think we should be able to compensate the ladies that do this.
OK, very, very interesting. It'll get people talking and debating about all of this today, and if you want further information on all of this, it's on the website. I do have to say, Chris, if you took your glasses off and put them on his nose, it would be a complete mini-me. Mini-me.
I won't do it, but it's because there's a prescription in there.
Yes, mini-me, without a doubt. Thank you so much, and thank you guys.
Nice to meet grandmas
too.
see
grandmas as well here.
And we have got information about surrogacy, all the things. Oh, have you done that? Sorry, I was too busy looking at
Here's the
beautiful
commercial
Andrew.
break. We'll be back after this.